what if I told you that there's a guy that bone smashes his face, calls women foyum, and quite recently he just brutally got mocked by the ASU Fry leader. He's currently the world's fastest rising, I think, internet figure right now. His name's Clavicular, aka Braden Peters. Okay, so this is the War and Ugly, and I'm Angry Bills fan, and this video is gonna hurt a little bit, but I think it's really needed actually. So we're gonna start from Clavicular. So to understand Clavicular, you have to understand where he came from, and that means just going back, not just to like the looksmaxxing forums when he used to post on there, or like his earlier videos before all the clout and fame, but to a guy named John Zherka. Clavicular is a disciple of the famous and old YouTuber redpill guy named John Zherka. Zherka was in many ways like the prototype, the really confrontational guy. He was one of the OG guys in the red pill space. You feel me? He built an audience by being exactly the kind of person your parents would hate you to be. You feel me? And your parents would warn you about that. Don't hang out with the bad kids at school. That was who John Zherka was, and a young Clavicular apparently was watching, taking notes, and just studying. He got really inspired. You feel me? And fast forward to about 2024, 2025, or start 2024, I would assume. Clavicular enters the scene. He's not a podcaster or like a vlogger or whatever. He enters with a ritual. I know this is about to sound insane. It's called bone smashing. Okay. Yes. Bone smashing for the uninitiated is it is a practice of literally striking your facial bones with like a hard object to like stimulate bone remodeling. Basically, it's basically a theory that holds in place that micro trauma upon your face causes regrowth in more aesthetically desirable directions per se. So like enhancing your jawline and making you look like Giga Chad Squidward from or like handsome Peter. You feel me? And is there science behind this? Loosely, I guess, but like, does that really stop anyone? No, not at all. Absolutely not. And this is where Clavicular helped define a distinction that the looksmaxxing community now takes very, very seriously. The difference between hard maxing and soft maxing, okay? So, soft maxing is like the type of stuff that your mom would let you do, like taking care of your skin, clearing up your acne, you getting a haircut, fixing your posture, probably your fashion, going to the gym, losing weight, blah, blah, blah. And then hard maxing is where the actual insane stuff comes out. It's bone smashing, like just mewing obsessively. Yeah, you know mewing, that thing where like you roll your tongue over your soft palate continuously for like hours on end, and then on the highest end of like hard maxing is considering surgery. So quite recently, Clavicular has a double jaw surgery plan to make himself fully ascend to the highest tier of the PSL scale. I will come back and explain what the PSL scale is actually. So Clav was not just participating in hard maxing. He literally just live streamed it. He made it super mainstream. Okay, he put it on camera, put it on TikTok, and people just saw the videos and thought they were so funny. Clav has probably been really popular for like the last maybe 4 or 5 months, but personally, high and one of my friends had known who Clavicular was for about a year now, and I would always send him the reels or like the TikToks of Clav's earlier videos, and they would just be so funny. We would instantly just laugh about it and call this dude a weirdo. He's never gonna ascend, blah blah blah. And now just seeing Clav become super popular and super famous, it is so insane to me actually. Like I just cannot believe it. You feel me? And to be honest, he did ascend. The glow up was very visible, but a large part of his ascension is also in the hands of Aiden Ross. Aiden Ross helped him become very popular. So I don't know if this is the Jewish community trying to push looksmaxxing upon the people of the West. I don't know, but this is where we currently are. And now, before we go any further into the video, we need some ideological explanations or like some differentiations that we got to know for going forward, okay? Because Clav is not red pilled, okay? Clav is not red pilled. Clav is black pilled, okay? And this really, you need to understand what both of them are. The difference does matter. So the red pill, this is what we're all super like well known. This is what So like the dudes like Andrew Tate, Waller, you know, FedEx Fearless.
Why haven't you started going to the damn gym?
It's kind of gay. So
What'd you say?
the gym kind of gay. Like I'm not really sure.
Get out the light. Get out the light. Get out the light. Did you just say the gym is kind of gay?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Stand up again. Stand up again. Stand up again. Look at yourself and then say those words. This is what it's saying that the gym is kind of gay, guys. Look at this creature on the internet. Stand your ass back up. Stand your ass back up.
That's what I heard from people.
Stand your ass back up. Stand up. You gonna look like this and say the gym is kind of gay. Looking like this, you're gonna say the gym is gay. Really?
No, see, that's what I heard.
But how you gonna have the nerve to look like that and then call the gym gay? Do you look at yourself in the mirror, bro? Do you see what you look like?
Yeah, no, I'm trying.
Then how would you call self? Why you don't have any individual thought to be able to go? Man, goodness gracious!
They're all red pill guys. So, and red pill is borrowed from the Matrix. It's weaponized by the internet. Basically, it's basically the belief that society lies to men about how attraction works. That confidence and status is all that matters as a man to get you the girl or get you a better life that you want really bad. It's very cynical and it's based on a lot of optimism. I think, yeah, I think that's a correct word. That there's a path for you to ascend and become this dream man that you want to become. That's what the red pill is. It's all in your hands. Then now the black pill, okay. The black pill is something a little bit darker. The black pill is basically that the path is a lie. That the red pill path they're giving you to ascension is a lie. Looks are the only thing that matter. You are either born with the right facial structure or you're just not, and you can never have it. Is what the black pill is. Looksmaxxing is not self-improvement. It's damage control. It's trying to save yourself from being a subhuman and trying to ascend, basically. That is what looksmaxxing is. The black pill doesn't offer you hope. It gives you clarity. It helps you explain why things did not work out the way that you thought things would work out. I know we've all had a couple crushes here and there, and then you probably got brutally rejected by your crushes, and you're wondering, oh, I treat her so nice, I'm a great dude, blah blah blah. Why didn't she really like me? And the answer is simple: you just don't mog, okay? And because you don't mog, it was never gonna go your way, okay? And this is and out of this is what became clavicular and his community called let's call them the inkwells, the inkwell culture basically. So looksmaxxing is almost an academic pursuit to clavicular. Like he's basically a professor of looksmaxxing, if that makes any sense. Like he's really good at rating faces, studying your bone structure, analyzing attractiveness. It's actually just insane. And then the PSL scale. It's basically a ranking for your looks. So it ranks people from Chad at the top down to high tier normie. No, from Chad to no. Okay, so it's from pure Adam to Chad, then Chad light, then mid tier normie, then low tier normie, then sub 3. Okay, that is the ranking for men. And then for women, it's from Stacy to Stacy light to Becky to mid tier Becky, low tier Becky, and then to sub 3 subhuman as well. Okay, and then there's a really famous popular word that's been going viral recently, and it's called female hypergamy. If you've heard the word hypergamy, you can clap for yourselves. I'm gonna give you a couple seconds to do that. But so this is the black pill's explanation for modern dating right now. The idea that women are biologically programmed to always seek upward and date upward, and the highest status guy, the best looking male they can access. That no woman is ever truly satisfied with a man below her standards, her league per se, like her level of attractiveness. If that makes any sense. That no woman is ever truly satisfied below her level of attractiveness. That the dating market is brutal. It's just rigged from the start if you don't already mog off birth. Okay. Now, is there some social science behind the hypergamy? Yes, I would say. Yeah, yeah, I think so. Is the Blackpill's version of it accurate, nuanced, or kind? Absolutely not. But we'll get there. We'll get there. Okay, but what is he actually? What does Clav actually do? All right. Fury's done. Let's talk about what clavicular actually does on camera, because this is where it gets simultaneously hilarious and genuinely uncomfortable. So there's this clip, you've probably already seen it, where Clav is talking to a woman, and essentially informs her that she's a bad mother, because so Clav and I think his cameraman are at some bar or some club, and they see like this mother daughter duo, and then the Clav makes out with the daughter, and her mom is just standing there awkwardly clapping and cheering them on. And then later on in the clip, I think the cameraman makes out with the girl's mother, and then the daughter tells Clavicular that, yo, my mom has been married to my dad for 25 years, and he doesn't know she's out here doing this. And then Clav then confronts her and then basically calls her a bad mom, that she's a bad person because she was cheating on her husband with Clavicular's cameraman. And Clav is literally just delivering this moral verdict upon her, like a man who has like never even reflected or looked at his own behavior, which is kind of crazy. It's unhinged, but it's really entertaining stuff. Like, people really enjoy watching this content. Like, I've never seen any of his streams, but I do see the clips all the time on TikTok and Reels. I send them to a couple of my friends, and they find it so hilarious. Actually, it's actually insane. And then there's another clip. Okay, the bar scene where I think this is even on Valentine's Day. Basically, Clive goes to like some club or a bar for Valentine's Day, and he walks up to this couple. And as soon as he walks up to them, the guy gets visibly distressed and says something like, and Clive then starts raising up his girl, and the girl is just eye penetrating Clive on cam, and the dude is just stood there in the corner like a little, like a little chicken. You feel me? And then he starts begging Clav not to steal his girlfriend, which just sounds crazy and insane. Okay, guys, this is actually insane. This is crazy stuff right here. And then the black people dudes, they took this as like a what's it called, as a proof of concept that yes, the black pill thesis does hold up, that looks always win.
Yeah. What, bro? You can't steal my girl, bro. It's Valentine's Day, bro. You can't steal my girl. Come on, man. You're a good guy. I know you're a good guy.
Past Valentine's Day was
no,
yesterday.
but like the kindness of your heart, bro. Come on. You're a good guy. I know you're a good guy.
Brother, 18 minutes ago Valentine's Day ended, so you're gonna have to fuck off.
I'm good. Bro, come, dude, 1 year, bro.
Why is this guy begging me?
Come on, man. 1 year.
That's literally the lamest shit ever. I know, I am.
1 year, man.
Bang,
That's
bang.
pretty lame. So lame. Bro, that's why I can't even believe how retarded the average man is.
And cloud is all you need. Cloud and fame is all you need. And when you mix cloud plus fame plus being a Chad with hypergamy, you get dudes' girlfriends being taken, and you got the dude in the corner begging the dude, "Don't take my girl, bro. I'm begging you." And the dude is like, "Oh yeah, we've been together for like a year," and she's like, "A year of my life. Don't do this to me, man." Blah blah blah. And it is just actually brutal. It is insane. And look, I'm not gonna pretend that wasn't really a hard watch, because it really was. That guy was brutally humiliated on camera. That's a real person there, right there. I don't know if the content was like was rigged up to appear that way, or if it's all part of a script. I don't know. But then there's a lemur clip. Clav is actually so hilarious. Like, the lemur clip actually kills me. And I can't even really describe it, but just watch it. Just watch it right here. Are you okay? Are you okay? Me neither. Like, the man has a lemur. The lemur has some opinions, but nobody wins. You feel me? This is the clavicular paradox in a miniature explanation. He will make you like wince and cringe every now and then immediately like make you whiz and laugh. Like, it's the way he produces his content is so funny. He's genuinely a really funny dude, I think, but he's just so controversial actually. But the uncomfortable part, this is where it starts getting a little bit better now. So by his own admission and probably observable evidence, Clav is openly racist, openly misogynistic. He demeans people on stream. He demeans girls on stream. Like, just watch this
Move it
clip
over
right
a little
here.
bit.
Like, actually, what the hell is this? Okay, he treats women as props and men as NPCs to be like defeated. Basically, that's the whole shtick. You feel me? And every night without fail, his mansion is full of random girls that enthusiastically and voluntarily just want to be around him and be at his party on his stream. And it's kind of crazy. And then the blackpill community points to this and says, "See, we told you, character doesn't matter at all. Accountability does not matter. None of the stuff that society tells you about matters actually matters. Being a good person is just cope. Being good looking and rich is the only currency that really counts to people and to women." And I really genuinely hate to agree with them, but I cannot dismiss their argument because Clav is literally evidence of all the black pill right here. Clav is living and video evidence of the black pill right here. And society absolutely does hold a subhuman looking guy or girl to a very different standard, and the Chad and Stacy's don't really have to follow that. And it's not paranoid to say that it's observable, it's reality. Like, Clav literally shows this to us every day. And we've been telling people for generations that kindness and effort and character are what matters, and then we watch the world reward something entirely different. I know it's really brutal. It's sad. And this is where I get to my next point. I think Clav's just lost it completely because he never expected to become this big. So this is my critique of Clavicular here, and I think this comes from inside the house, okay? The original Black Pill at its most thoughtful wasn't about winning, wasn't about stealing people's girls at bars or filming yourself humiliate people. At its core, it was about honesty. It was about saying that, hey, looks matter more than anyone would like to admit. Like, attraction isn't fair. The world is not a the world is not a meritocracy of what's the word, of personality. And maybe if we could just acknowledge for a brief second that we could be kinder to people who lose the genetic lottery, that maybe the world would become a better place. Like, that was the whole point of the black pill. Just be conscious of everything, man. Just become conscious, be kind, recognize that the guy who can't get a date isn't defective. He's just operating in a rigged system that's just playing against him. You feel me? And he deserves some compassion and love and kindness too. Clavicular took that and turned it into a content strategy for like domination of men, women. It's kind of crazy. He didn't really use the black pill to generate empathy. He used it to justify cruelty. That's what he did. And the insight became a weapon. The philosophy became his performance. So his level of understanding of the black pill and looksmaxxing and all this inkwell culture stuff is what he performs for you guys. And he essentially just forgot about like what the main goal of all of this for. So I think my main question is Clavicular a net positive? And I don't know, maybe I would lean towards the side of positive, yeah. Not because his behavior is acceptable. It really is not at all. Not because his worldview is healthy or whatever. No, it's not. It's actual garbage. But because accidentally, the most vivid demonstration of the truth that polite society refuses to acknowledge and say out loud is that we do not hold attractive, wealthy, high-status people the same standards as everyone else. We never have. We just pretend we do that, and that's a lie. Okay. And maybe the real takeaway is that maybe the real takeaway is that every time someone watches our bar clip and feels like a flicker of rage, not just a Clavicular, but at the system that rewards him, that is the black pill working right there. That is the inside doing what it's supposed to do. You feel me? And maybe the real takeaway here is that the one thing Clavicular himself abandoned, but the rest of us shouldn't, is this. This is what I think is most important about the whole black pill thing. Not everyone is happy in their own skin. A lot of people are suffering quietly, just because the world told them they were never enough, and they've self-deleted themselves. And probably instead of using that truth to hurt people, we could use it to be a little bit more conscious, a little bit more kind, a little less quick to assume that the person struggling is not just trying hard enough. And I'm going to end it here and saying the war and ugly is real. The question is whether you're fighting by stepping upon people or by deciding if it has to be a war at all. You feel me? Anyways, like, subscribe, comment whether you think I'm coping. But till next time, bye bye.